Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. I'm so glad you're here. Well, what's going on in the markets? We had NVIDIA come out, right, with the news. They had great earnings, blowout numbers, going to split their stock 10 for 1. Hurry up and buy, right? That's awesome. Okay, so this market's been going up, right? I mean, we broke down below the 20-day just one time and bounced right back above it. Now, I do think that there's complacency in this market. The market's actually kind of going sideways. Dow Jones having trouble getting above that 40,000 number. Do I think they'll make another run at it? Absolutely. Why not, right? But the complacency, nobody thinks the stock market can go down because we're in an election year. Now, I'm going to disagree with this. I think you're going to see this stock market going down. Now, don't get me wrong. The Moon Boys, they're in charge right now, right? As long as we stay above the 20-day, we're going higher. The Moon Boys have control. But you drop this below the 20-day again, I think it's going to take hold, and I think you're going to see it come back down a lot. Now, that's just my take. As long as we're above the 20-day, though, don't bet against the market. Stay with the Moon Boys. We're going to the moon. All right, so let's get over to the real estate side of things. Well, actually, I was reading this article. This is funny. You got to hear this. Okay, so I'm reading this article, right? And it says that the economy is a surprise success story. The economy, a surprise success story. Now, just the word success story and the economy in the same sentence, I thought it was a joke, right? A play on words or something, but they were serious. Now, I don't know what economy they're looking at. Now, if you're talking about printing money and running assets up higher, yes, then that is successful, right? But the economy as a whole, no, I don't see that. You got all these layoffs coming. You got all these retail stores closing. You have major problems. You have the banks all starting getting ready to topple over. The economy, a surprise success story? You can read anything you want in that mainstream media stuff. You know, that's okay. That's their take. Right now, if you want Tall Mike's take, stick around. See, I'm a realtor. Now, as a realtor, we always say it's a great time to buy. So we do buy into that the economy is a surprise success because it's a great time to go out and buy a house. That's what us realtors are trained to say, right? Now, you can't go wrong buying real estate. Everybody knows that. We train the consumers that real estate can never go down. Real estate can only go up. That's what we teach the consumers. How else would we get them to buy these houses right now? We're telling them that houses are going to double from here. We pay Dave Ramsey money, right? We pay him money. Go out there, Dave, pitch the real estate market. You can make this go up, right? And we give him a third for every referral he sends us. That's what we do. That's how Dave makes some of his money in real estate. He's very vested. He'll tell you that it's going up, but I'll tell you that's not my take. My take's a little bit different. You see, the consumer thinks that real estate only goes up. And over the long haul, typically they would be correct, right? But what happened? We've gone down a couple times where we've gone down major downfalls in the United States in the housing market, right? Okay, the first one was in the Great Depression, only dropped about 26% back then. Why only 26%? Well, because people didn't have leverage. There wasn't the debt in the system that there is now. The debt is in the system, and the system will drop a lot more, right? But in the Great Depression, they did come down about 26%. So houses don't always go up, right? It took many, many years for them to get back up to the level they were before the Great Depression crashed. Now, in the Great Depression, you had the stock market crashing with the real estate market. Now, we were a little bit unique in 2008, right? Well, 2000s where the stock market crashed, right? The dot-com boom, the stock market crashed, right? But the money flowed out of the stock market, but they put it into the real estate market. And that's where that bubble happened, right? The 2008 bubble. Okay, so that bubble was big, but it's not the biggest bubble. But how much did it crash then, right? Real estate came down in 2008. From 2008 down to 2012, it dropped approximately 34%. 34%. All right. So it came down 26%, Great Depression, 34% from 2008 to 2012. And it once again took many years before we're at the record highs again, right? And we got back to the record highs, but how did we do it? How did we do it? Well, we printed $30 trillion, right? Between 2008 and now, we printed $30 trillion, trying to pop up the asset bubbles, in particular, real estate. They came out and they said, we're going to blow this real estate bubble up a lot higher. And they came out and they printed $30 trillion, but it's to print money to raise all assets, right? That's what we do. We print the money and we put it into the asset classes and watch them go up. Now, this is distortion. It's called price distortion. It's called inflation distortion, right? People don't know what the real prices should be because there's no price discovery. Because if we start to fall, what are they going to do? They're going to print trillions more and pump it up. They're going to dump them into the asset classes. But this right now is like pushing on a string. It's only going to work so long. Now, that's my take. Now, the Moon Boys will tell you that we can do this forever because modern monetary theory says we can print money into oblivion and assets only go up from here. Now, if you believe that, please come and buy a house, right? I mean, I want you to, because us real estate agents, we need that, right? And we don't care if you're the bag holder. Oh, that's really bad. You're holding the bag. But Mike, you said it's a great time to buy. I'm a realtor. I have to say that. I'd lose my realtor card if I didn't say it's a great time to buy. But here's the truth of the matter. Here's the truth of the matter. Okay, so we had this bubble in 2008, right? And the bubble popped, but the bubble was big, right? But it's a much bigger bubble. Now, see, the median price home right now costs 7.6 times the median household income. 7.6 times the median household income to afford the median price home. 7.6. That is a record. That's the biggest it's ever been. That's a lot bigger than it was in 2008. So this bubble is much bigger than it was in 2008. 2008, we reached approximately 6 times, but we're at 7.6 times. So the bubble's bigger. You can tell this. I mean, there's no secret. But and how did it happen? Well, it happened by, the Fed printing $30 trillion, putting it into the asset classes and watching them go higher. Okay, now, if they want to continue, they're going to have to print a lot more than 30 trillion. We're talking 60, 90, 120 trillion. They're going to have to do 4 times that, right? Because, I mean, this is unprecedented. We never printed $30 trillion in 15 years. Just doesn't happen. An extra $2 trillion a year, more than we take in, right? We take in some taxes. A lot of people don't want to take in taxes anymore. They think we can just print that money, and that maybe they're right. Maybe we should not pay taxes anymore and just let the government print that and see how that turns out. I mean, we'll see how that actually works out, right? But and when they're printing this money, I keep talking about protecting yourself. You got to protect yourself with that gold and silver. And right now, gold's on sale. Did you see this? We're coming down. I mean, we're coming down right to the 2,300 level. Now, I'd like to see it come down more. I just don't think it will. I'll be a buyer back here at 2,300. I mean, silver, it was at 32, and now it's coming down to 30, and it may dip a little below that, but it's going to come right back. It's going to go much higher. Now, it cracks me up. It cracks me up. A lot of people, they're excited because they bought gold at 2,000 and went to 2,400, right? That's not why you buy gold, right? That's not why you buy gold. It's nice. It's sweet. You get to see your net worth going up, right? But that's not why you buy it. You buy it because gold's going to take off when the bad stuff happens. Gold is still cheap. You can get some down here around 2,300. Gold's going to be 10,000. It's going to be probably even higher than that. I mean, depends what they do, how many trillions they print. If they print the trillions and they pump the Dow up to the 100,000, well, gold's probably going to be $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. But if they let it come crashing down, if the printing of money doesn't work and we get that deflation, gold's still going to go to 10,000, going to go 1-to-1 with the Dow. So you buy it for that. You don't buy these little moves. I mean, it's nice, seeing gold move $400, seeing silver move $5. 2 weeks, it just jumped up $5. That's going to be nothing. I really believe that there's going to come a day where you're going to see a move in gold of about $1,000 in one day. $1,000 in one day, and it ain't going to be down. Now, maybe Harry Dent, he'd tell you that it's going to go down. He's telling you that it's going to go to 800. I just don't see that happening. A lot of people ask me why I buy gold and silver when it's manipulated. Everybody knows it's manipulated, Tall Mike. How come you're the idiot that trades these markets? I buy it because it is manipulated. And I hope they can manipulate it down there to the $1,000 level so I can get a lot more. I just think they're losing control of the manipulation. I think that's why silver moved $5 in 2 weeks. I think that's why gold moved $400. $400, this is nothing. This is still cheap. You want to get some to protect yourself. Yes, this pullback's nice. And the reason it's pulling back is people take profits. I mean, there's professional traders out there. They aren't used to seeing $5 in silver in 2 weeks. Of course, they're going to take their profits and go, yahoo, made some money, right? And that's good. That's good. You want people to take the profits. But gold's going much higher. Silver's going much higher. Just my take, you do you. Maybe you get out there and buy a house hoping that goes much higher. But I'm telling you, I think the houses are going to be coming down. I think they're going to be coming down a lot. You see, what's happening now is the homeowner. Oh, I feel sorry for the homeowner. The bag holder, if you will, we'll just call them what they are, right? I mean, anyone that bought in the last 2 years, I mean, they're holding the bag. I mean, what they're seeing is this inflation thing, right? They were hoping that the interest rate would come down and they could refinance their 7 or 8% loan. But what they're seeing is the inflation now. They'll tell you it's 3.5. I'll tell you it's over 10 still. They're seeing it in their insurance. My insurance, just my car insurance went up 20, 25%, but home insurance, some of the areas it's doubling, tripling home insurance. Utility bills, oh my goodness, my utility bills just keeps going up. It's ridiculous. All right, property taxes. Okay, so we had that 40% run up in houses in the last 2 years. Why was that? Did houses really go up? No, your dollar went down. They increased the money supply by 40%. And then we get the price distortion in the house, right? You increase that money supply. You can double the money supply right now, and you will see house prices double right now. You will see gold at $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 an ounce if they decide to go that way. But the homeowner, they're getting wiped out. They have no money to keep up their properties. Look at one of my best friends, he's a plumber. I sit next to him at church, and I asked him, I go, you getting a lot of business? You going out on jobs? He goes, Mike, I won't even go out and give people an estimate anymore. I go, what do you mean? How do you get to work? I charge them $200 just for the estimate. I go, really? Are people paying it? He goes, I'm booked. He charges $200 just to go out and look around and say, hey, I'll do this job for this amount. $200, please. Use me or don't use me, but my time is now valuable because everybody wants a plumber that actually shows up. He's a great plumber. I've used him many times. That's how I met him. Met him on the job. He did a huge job for me on this house. It was a $20,000 job. The person had no money. I go, Evan, will you do the job on spec and then we'll pay you when we close escrow? I almost got fired from that. Evan almost didn't get paid, but he ended up making his money. I got paid. I got the house closed. The deal was done. But that's how I met him, a plumber that doesn't go out and give estimates anymore. $200 just to show up, right? But I mean, they're getting clobbered. These homeowners, they can't afford the property. And here's what I'm seeing. People that have owned the house for less than 1 year, like they bought it a year ago, they're already dumping it on the market. You know what? They're losing money. They don't care. They want out. They want to go back and rent where I live, it's about 1/3 the cost of home ownership. So they went and bought up here and they're going, They're selling within a year at a major loss. They're taking a big hit just to get back so they can be a renter at 1/3 the cost of ownership. Now you're telling me that homes are going to double from here. Good luck with that, right? Good luck with that. Be the bag holder. Please come buy a house from us realtors. We need the business. I just got a new listing. Very excited about about that one coming on. I mean, those $3 million listings for a track home. This is 1,250 square feet. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Do I think it's worth that? No. Do I think someone's going to pay that? Yes, I do. Anyways, it's crazy out there right now. And that's all I'm really saying. Just be careful. You don't want to be the bag holder. You want to protect yourself. Get some gold and silver. I know it's coming down. I hope it comes down some more, but I don't think we're going to come down much more. Just my take. If we do, I'm going to be buying it hand over fist. That's what I'll be doing. Anyways, everybody enjoy long weekend, right? We got Memorial Day. Everybody have a great weekend. Punch the subscribe button before you go. Get out there, everybody. We'll talk again next week. Bye-bye now.